Standard 4 is about professional knowledge and skills, and it has my favorite wording, my favorite phrase of any of our standards, when it's talking about creating technology-rich learning within a supportive community of practice. And I like that phrase. I think that it is something that was eye-opening. That idea of a community of learners has been something I've always been concerned in my classroom, but I've thought about it differently because of my classes. And it started out with a very low-tech assignment, and that was my synthesis proposal, where I studied the constructivist approach to teaching social studies. Social studies can be a very traditional class with a teacher at the front lecturing while students frantically write notes. But there's a changing way of looking at social studies where the student's voice becomes so important in telling the story of history and how they relate to history. And as I considered that new way of thinking about technology and the student's voice and the content that I needed to cover, it led to me creating a genocide project for my world history students. For 12 weeks while we're studying the 20th century, within that time, they are, for BITS, working on a genocide that they have chosen. And they have to create a project. They have to have an annotated bibliography. There are parts that they need to do, and they get to choose what they're doing and how they're going to present it. The problem, I think, is within that question of, what's my job then? If the students are doing the learning themselves, then what do I do? And I found that my job is the facilitator, that I am the one who creates the framework, who I end up creating these checkpoints where I help the students know what they need to know, when they need to get it done, what the expectations are, what the goals are, where they should be, where they're going, and to really help them through that. So the course of this study about constructivism has really changed the way that I'm teaching social studies and is helping me help my students find their voice.